Welcome back to Book Bite Insights, where big ideas meet bite-sized brilliance. Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari is a sweeping journey through the history of humankind, from the dawn of cognitive sparks to the brink of godlike power. With sharp insight and gripping storytelling, the author unpacks how myths, money, empires, and science shaped us into the rulers of Earth. But this isn't just history, it's a mirror. It challenges you to see the invisible forces behind modern life, the beliefs we share, the systems we serve, and the future we're building. This book doesn't just tell you where we came from. It dares you to ask who we are and what we're becoming. Key point 1. Cognitive revolution. 70,000 years ago, something extraordinary happened. Our species, Homo sapiens, began to think in ways no other creature had. We told stories. We imagined things that didn't exist. We believed in spirits, tribes, and gods, ideas that could bind thousands together in shared myths. This wasn't just survival, it was the beginning of history. With a spark in the brain, we conquered continents. We outwitted predators, outlasted competitors, and turned scattered bands into global societies. The power didn't lie in muscle or claw, it lay in imagination, in language, in our ability to cooperate around fiction. That's what lifted us above the food chain and let us reshape the planet. We weren't the strongest, but we became the most dangerous. And it all started with the stories we chose to believe. Key point 2, agricultural trap. 10,000 years ago, we made a fateful deal. We traded freedom for stability. Wanderers became farmers. Fields replaced forests. Settlements grew, but at a cost. We worked harder. We ate worse. We bowed to wheat, rice, and barley. Instead of the land serving us, we began serving the land. Agriculture didn't make life easier. It made it relentless. Populations soared, hierarchies formed, and inequality took root. The grain demanded discipline. It chained us to seasons, rulers, and surplus. We built walls, armies, and empires, all to protect what we grew. And yet most never questioned the trade, because the field promised certainty. But behind that promise was a cage, and once built, there was no turning back. Key point 3, unifying myths. How do millions of strangers trust one another? The answer lies in belief. Shared myths, nations, religions, money, create order from chaos. These stories are not lies, they are tools. They forge cooperation on a massive scale. They convince us to work, to fight, to build cathedrals and corporations. No God wrote these rules. We did, and then forgot we made them. Laws and borders, flags and currencies, none of them exist outside our minds, yet they guide our every step. This is our superpower, to create imagined realities so powerful, they become more real than stone. To unite people not by blood, but by fiction. And that fiction can move mountains, or bury them. Key point 4, empires, machinery. Empires rise not just on force, but on frameworks. They offer a common language, currency, and legal system. They crush diversity, but also spread ideas. From Rome to Britain, empires wove vast webs of human connection. They exported power, but also poetry. They enslaved, but they also standardized. Through conquest came calendars, roads, alphabets. Empires don't just rule, they rewire. They shape how people see the world and themselves. They erase cultures, yes, but they also create hybrids. The cost is immense, but the legacy lingers. The very borders we defend today were drawn by the ghosts of empire. And whether we praise or curse them, their fingerprints remain on everything we touch. Key point 5, capitalist alchemy. Money is the most universal story ever told. It doesn't discriminate, it doesn't argue, it only believes. When capitalism met science, the world transformed. Credit became creation, debt became growth. Suddenly, the future mattered more than the past. Entrepreneurs chased ideas and investors chased dreams. Money began to shape meaning. Everything, from education to love, became a transaction. Markets stretched across oceans. Capital turned into empires of its own. This wasn't greed. It was belief in endless expansion. Growth became the altar, and all were asked to worship. But behind the numbers lies a question. Does this progress serve us or consume us? Key point 6, industrial storm. The engine roared and silence died. Coal, steel, and steam birthed a new world. Machines devoured muscle. Factories rewrote family life. Villages vanished under smokestacks. Time was no longer natural. It was scheduled, measured, controlled. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change how we worked. It changed who we were. Children became labor. Nature became resource. Cities swelled with ambition and soot. We moved faster, farther, louder. Comfort grew, but so did alienation. The machine age promised power, and it delivered. But it also asked us to surrender something, and we're still searching for what we lost in the gears. Key point 7, human happiness. We conquered famine, war, and disease like never before. But did we become happier? Comfort isn't joy. Security isn't meaning. Despite progress, despair lingers. Mental illness rises. Disconnection grows. We stare at screens, not stars. We chase dopamine, not dreams. The question isn't what we can do. It's why we do it. Evolution shaped us for survival, not fulfillment. We're mismatched with our modern world. Our ancestors hunted meaning. We hunt Wi-Fi. Happiness remains elusive. And maybe the answer isn't in more, but in less. Less noise, less rush, more truth. Key point 8, the future we shape. Biotech, AI, genetic engineering. We are becoming the architects of life itself. Homo sapiens may not be the end, but a bridge to what we don't yet know. We are gods in the lab, yet still beasts in the wild. We edit genomes like text. We build minds in silicon. We blur the line between life and machine. But wisdom lags behind power, and ethics race to catch up. The next chapter isn't written in ink. It's coded, cultured, and calculated. We hold the pen and the responsibility. The question now isn't who we are, it's who we want to become, and whether we'll still recognize ourselves when we get there. Thanks for watching. If Sapiens got you thinking about the big picture, good. That's what it's meant to do. Understanding where we came from helps us make sense of who we are and where we might be headed. If you want to go deeper, check out Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari for a look at our possible futures, or Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond to explore history through geography and biology. Both books are perfect companions to Sapiens and will stretch your thinking even further. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more bold, bite-sized book insights. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking the big questions.